Zambia, Zambia,
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
Want to just get out of town with your friends and family? Are you having a corporate getaway and have no adequate transport? Then this here is what you need to listen to. A brand new 35-seater Yutong luxury bus is now up for hire at an affordable and negotiable rate. It comes fully equipped with aircon, TV for your relaxation, music soothing your trip, and DVD players to give you variety. Book now by calling 0955 0966 or 977 844 141.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Your Jungle.
We're glad you could join us for Prime Television's main news. My name is Martha Namanje. To present it, we take a look at stories making headlines. Scott assures Zambians of a united PF as Edgar Lungu files in nomination. The number of MMD MPs supporting UPND rises to 35. Suspected PF cadres assault UPND cadres in Kabwata constituency. And in international news, Liberia holds Senate postponed elections. Those are the headlines in the news. Join me shortly with the details. Thank you once again for joining us, and now with the main news in detail. My name is Martha Namanje. Acting President Dr. Guy Scott says the PF is a united party and has now buried all its differences and will now move as a unit. Speaking on Saturday morning at a media briefing held in Lusaka, Dr. Scott, who was flanked by PF President Edgar Lungu, noted that the party is also mindful that it has an election in 4 weeks, hence the need to unite and ensure that they retain the presidency. Dr. Scott has since retaliated his earlier stance on ensuring the 2015 elections are held in a free and fair manner. And Mr. Lungu said he is happy that the party has now started working as a team. On Friday evening, the PF had a reconciliatory meeting in which it was agreed between the Edgar Lungu and Mao Sampa camps to work together.
Let us be honest and let us be straightforward people. The PF came to power. We didn't come to power by force. We came, in fact, the one who gave me all the votes in Baule was William Banda. William Banda came with 6 buses full of 7 spirits people into Baule, and they started meeting people, and I got there.
What I can say, ladies and gentlemen, is that in this, there is no loser or victor. The party and the people of Zambia are the winners. I'm saying so, mindful that the healing process takes long. There will be backlashes here and there, because some people are getting benefits from the differences which we are obtaining in our party.
Meanwhile, Patriotic Front PF presidential candidate in the 20th January 2015 election, Edgar Lungu, has successfully filed in his nomination. Mr. Lungu was accompanied at the Supreme Court by Acting President Dr. Guy Scott and several cabinet ministers, including party cadres. And in addressing the press shortly after filing in his nomination, Mr. Lungu said Dr. Scott's presence at the filing in of the nomination signifies the PF's official campaign. He said the party will not leave any stone unturned in ensuring that it retains the seat.
And all I can tell the nation is that I'm ready for my campaigns now. We are going in full force as one political party, which is privileged to take over the team where the late president left. We're doing so mindful of our defense team and ensure that we comply with the electoral code and conduct and laws of the elections. There will be no violence, there will be no resources of the state, and we will guarantee our free and fair race. I'm very happy that we have made peace in our lives. We are going out there as one political party.
And in a related development, A clergy from the Seventh-day Adventist has commended the PF for reconciling. Pastor Hapatana Hachamba, Seventh-day Lusaka District Mission pastor, says the church is always disturbed when the country's top leadership is not in agreement. He says it is always a delight when citizens are governed in a peaceful environment, adding that Zambia is a land of peace, hence each and every citizen should uphold it. He has called on all politicians to ensure they settle their differences for the betterment of all Zambians.
As members of the church, we get concerned when the leaders of the country are not pulling together. The Bible is clear that leaders are chosen by God, and when the people that God has chosen, as we believe, begin to fight among themselves, those quarrels, they filter through to the rest of the people in the nation. The church that we lead is composed of people from different political parties, and so when the leaders are fighting, they are dividing not only the nation, but they're also dividing the church. And so when we hear that there's a reconciliation, which we've been praying for, we feel glad, and we thank God for that reconciliation. That's what we've been praying for.
Movement for Multi-Party Democracy MMD President Nevas Mumba has successfully filed in his nomination ahead of the 20th presidential election. And speaking shortly after filing in his nomination, Dr. Mumba charged that his number one objective when elected as Republican president would be to unite the country. He says Zambia has been divided by the PF, adding that the next government should aim at bringing all Zambians together. He has also promised a stable education and agriculture sector under his rule.
Let me start by thanking God for the opportunity that He has given to me and to our party, the Movement for Multi-Party Democracy. You know this has been a long journey, but the Bible says the afflictions of the righteous are many, but the Lord will deliver him out of them all. Amen. The battles we have fought are not an indication of resistance from God. They are actually a confirmation that we are on the right track for Zambia. Amen. And we stand here today to provide for the Zambian people, firstly, a commodity that Zambia has always needed, but maybe eluded us.
The number of MMD members of parliament who have endorsed the UPND and its leader Hakainde Hichilema has now risen to 35. Speaking at a media briefing in Lusaka on Saturday morning, MMD national chairman, who is also Kasempa member of parliament, Kawinga Mpande, says the MPs are following the resolutions made by the party's national executive committee on the 19th of November that it will go into an alliance with the UPND. Mr. Mpande says the resolutions were agreed to by party president Nevas Mumba before the wrangles made in the former ruling party. He explains that the MPs will stick to the resolutions agreed upon and will not rescind their decision of backing the UPND as it has the blessings of the party they represent.
Some political sanity seemed to have been restored in the opposition MMD following the Supreme Court's ruling on who is the legitimate president of the party. But while the party has been celebrating that victory, some sad news for the party is that over about 90% of its MPs have thrown their weight behind the UPND and its leader Hakainde Hichilema. Speaking at a media briefing, the MPs, led by MMD National Chairman Kawinga Mpande, said their decision to support the UPND is final and non-negotiable.
And 99.9% of all the MPs from Eastern Province are on board. This is a sample of the Eastern Province members of Parliament. Northwestern, the entire members of Parliament. 100%. Central Province, almost 99.9%. Copper Belt, 100%. They are all on board. The major thing is that NEC resolved. Like I said, we are principled. We are not people who can move this direction. After a while, we change our hearts. It's like we didn't know what we were doing. We knew what President Mumba brought to NEC.
Mr. Mpande further said it is only the alliance which will restore the country's pride and dignity, which he said has been destroyed by the PF in the last 3 years they've been in power.
Right now, there is no blemish on him. So we are confident that we will bring sanity to Zambia.
Some other MPs had one or two issues to raise.
Seeing the suffering of the people, our people, the Zambian people in this nation. I mean, we've seen protests throughout the nation, in Chipata, in Serenge, everywhere else, over the late payments by FRA. And so it's our desire to liberate the Zambians.
And I stated, we agreed on the 16th of November 2014 that we have to go into an alliance. And this is what we are trying to exercise. We are exercising our rights.
Some of the MPs who attended the meeting include MMD Chairman for Elections Kenneth Chipungu, Bradford Machila, who is the party's chairman for legal, Zambia's East MP Sarah Saifwanda, Kasenengwa MP Victoria Kalima, and his counterpart for Sinda, Levin Goma, including Ikeleng MP Elijah Mchima, among several others. Kalan Mchima reporting for Prime TV News in Lusaka.
Stay tuned to Prime Television. Before we take a break, here now are the headlines again. Scott assures Zambians of a united PF as Edgar Lungu files in nomination. The number of MMD MPs supporting UPND rises to 35. Suspected PF cadres assault UPND cadres in Kabwata constituency. Join me for more after the break.
Zambia, Zambia,
You see, I have never fought with a lion. I have never hunted through the forest in pursuit of food. But I do have the fighting spirit. Because for decades, my people fought for freedom. And in 1964, we won. I love to do the Fwemba, the Kalela, the Kwasa Kwasa. I wear chitenge. So does my girlfriend. I eat crisps, not crisps. I love Nsima, Kapenta, Chihuahua, Delele. I'm Josh, and I'm proud to be Zambian.
iConnect, celebrating 50 years of Zambia's independence. #OnlyPazed. iConnect, make it happen.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.
What's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Thank you for staying tuned. We now continue with the Prime Television's main news. Some University of Zambia students have called for a visionary and focused president to manage the country. Students Representative Edward Charlie says out of the presidential hopefuls, UPND leader Hakainde Hichilema looks more focused than anyone else. Mr. Charlie has since appealed to Zambians to vote for Mr. Hichilema for a better Zambia. He says voting for the PF will be suicidal for the country, judging from what the PF has done in the past 3 years as they have been in power. He cited the uncoordinated leadership, rise in mealie meal and fuel prices, among other issues, as the reason why Zambians should not vote for the PF.
As the higher learning institutions, University of Zambia, NIPA, Ibadan Horn, Ridgeway, many campus, NLRDC, Copperbelt University, we've put our hands together to make sure that this Zambia goes forward. This is why you have seen all the students we are coming here to make sure that we file in for the right candidate. Zambia is no longer going backwards, and as a country we are no longer basing our politics on tribal.
Suspected PF cadres on Friday evening allegedly beat up UPND cadres who were campaigning in Kabwata constituency. According to the UPND in the area, the cadres were ambushed in Livala as they were conducting door-to-door campaigns. Speaking in an interview with Prime TV News, Kabwata constituency UPND chairman Akim Mono condemned the situation, saying it is now getting out of hand. Mr. Mono appealed to the police to ensure that they protect Okadas from participating parties than shielding the PF, as this might bring about conflicts. And his counterpart for information and publicity, Edmond Lifwekelo, has accused the PF of removing the party's campaign material and replacing them with theirs. On Friday, 3 UPND cadres were assaulted by suspected PF cadres in Kamwala as they were leaving the Supreme Court, where they went to witness the filing in of nominations by their party president Hakainde Hichilema.
We have come to register our displeasure the way PF are doing things. They have started to fighting our foot soldiers in Kabwata. Just because they are feeling the heat in Kabwata, they can compete with us. We have outnumbered them in Kabwata. They have now started beating our people. This is actually the fourth instance. 2 weeks ago, they found my foot soldiers in Livala. They harassed them, tried to grab the handbags from the ladies who were in the field. 2 days ago, we found a lady going to hospital, to UPH, to visit the secretary. They attacked her.
We also want to express our displeasure at, our posters which are being removed in Kawata constituency by non-PF guys. We appeal to the Electoral Commission of Zambia, especially the police, I think, to pursue this matter quite very, very seriously. If you go in Kawata right now, you find the posters of our president, EHH, are being torn or removed, and in their place, I think they are being replaced with PF. So this also goes as a warning to the PF that I think they shouldn't push us into the corner, because we're capable of doing the same thing we are doing.
Forum for Democracy and Development, FDD, has expressed concern over the Zambia National Broadcasting Corporation, ZNBC's allegedly unfair and unbalanced coverage of party president Edith Nawakwi. In a letter dated 19th December, addressed to ZNBC Director General and made available to Prime TV, FDD National Secretary Nathan Mulonga noted that despite the party successfully filing in its presidential nomination papers on Thursday, ZNBC denied the party's president Edith Nawakwi fair coverage. Mr. Mlonga has cautioned ZNBC management against using the public broadcaster as a propaganda platform for the ruling Patriotic Front, whom he has accused of receiving unfiltered coverage. Last week, the Supreme Court ruled that ZNBC gives fair and balanced coverage to the UPND following similar complaints. You're still watching Prime Television's main news. Join me after the break with a roundup of international news.
You see, I have never fought with a lion. I have never hunted through the forest in pursuit of food, but I do have the fighting spirit. Because for decades, my people fought for freedom. And in 1964, we won. I love to do the fwemba, the kalela, the kwasa kwasa. I wear chitenge. So does my girlfriend. I eat crisps, not crisps. I love nsima, kapenta, chihuahua, delele. I'm Josh, and I'm proud to be Zambian.
iConnect, celebrating 50 years of Zambia's independence. Hashtag only Pazed. iConnect, make it happen.
Zambia, Zambia,
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
And now in international news, voters in Liberia are going to the polls in an election that was postponed in October because of the Ebola outbreak. Liberians are choosing representatives to the country's Senate. Among the 139 candidates vying for 15 seats are former football star George Weah and Robert Sirleaf, the son of Liberia's president. The Senate elections were postponed in October in a bid to stop campaigners and voters spreading the virus. The election is being held just days after neighboring Sierra Leone clamped down on public gatherings. Israeli aircraft has bombed a site in Gaza in the first such action since the declaration of a truce in August. The airstrike was carried out on a Hamas facility in response to a rocket fired earlier from Gaza. A statement from the Israeli military said residents of the Khan Yunis area in Gaza reported hearing 2 explosions. The Associated Press news agency said the August truce ended 7 weeks of fighting that killed more than 2,200 100 people, most of them Palestinians. And finally, as we end the news, we now give you more on these and other international stories as monitored by Al Jazeera.
Pakistan's military has intensified its offensive against the Taliban. At least 26 fighters have been killed in strikes in the Tira Valley and the outskirts of Peshawar. It follows a Taliban attack on a school in Peshawar on Tuesday, which killed 148 people, mostly children. Iraqi Peshmerga fighters are continuing their offensive against the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant fighters to retake Sinjar Mountain. A firefight in the village of Qasr Rij has delayed the evacuation of the last Yazidis trapped there. A satirical film depicting an assassination plot against the North Korean leader. The entertainment giant pulled the movie after it came under cyber attack. But US President Barack Obama says that was a mistake. White House correspondent Patty Culhane has the details.
The CIA would love it if you two could take him out. Take him out.
Take him out? Like for drinks?
It's a comedy, a movie that has turned into an international drama. Sony Pictures decided to make a provocative film about the attempted assassination of Kim Jong-un. The U.S. says North Korea retaliated by hacking the company's computers, releasing embarrassing emails, but also threatening to attack movie theaters that showed this film. President Barack Obama says North Korea will pay for that.
They caused a lot of damage, and we will respond. We will respond proportionally, and we'll respond in a place and time and manner that we choose. It's not something that I will announce here today at a press conference.
In the sub-Saharan Sahel region are calling on the United Nations to help get rid of armed groups in Libya. The leaders of Chad, Mali, Niger, Mauritania and Burkina Faso made an official request to the UN at the end of a regional security summit. They want an international force to disarm the rebel groups and help with national reconciliation in Libya. Al Jazeera continues to demand the release of our 3 journalists who've now been imprisoned in Egypt for 357 days. Peter Grester, Mohammed Fahmy and Baha Mohammed were jailed on false charges of helping the outlawed Muslim Brotherhood. They are appealing against their convictions. China's president has reminded Hong Kong and Macau that they are part of what he called One China. Xi Jinping was speaking at a ceremony celebrating the 15th anniversary of Macau's return to Chinese rule. Xi's warning comes as pro-democracy campaigners in both semi-autonomous cities call for free elections. Despite rain in Macau, onlookers were banned from using umbrellas during the president's visit. They're the emblem of the democracy protests in Hong Kong.
That international roundup wraps up our main news bulletin. But just before we go, the headlines again. Scott assures Zambians of a united PF as Edgar Lungu files in nomination. The number of MMD MPs supporting UPND rises to 35. Suspected PF cadres assault UPND cadres in Kabwata constituency. And finally, in international news, Liberia holds Senate postponed election. That's all we had on our main news bulletin. On behalf of the entire news production team, my name is Martha Namanje, but you can log on to our website for more on these stories. That's on www.ptvzambia.com. It's goodbye for now.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.